The guy who carries, single-handedly, the weight of a defensive line that was once one of the most feared in the NFL. A line that instilled fear, that made quarterbacks tremble, and that today no longer exists. Chase Young? Gone. Montez Sweat? He's out. John Allen? Dismissed. Who's left? Just Payne. And the question is clear, direct, and hard. Is Payne still that guy? And look, the numbers don't lie. After that huge contract, for years, $93 million. Do you know what he delivered? Only 4 sacks per season. 2 years in a row. Is that the production of a star? Of a guy with $1 million contract? Of a defense leader? Because if it isn't, if that's the most he can deliver, then, fans, get ready for another shameful season on defense. Washington had the 3rd worst defense against the run game in the NFL. Yes, you heard right. 137.5 rushing yards, gave up PER game. That's simply unacceptable. It's humiliating. It's embarrassing for any team that claims to be competitive. How can a team with a front 7 of this level, with names of this stature, allow these types of statistics? How? The answer is obvious to everyone. Disorganization, lack of intensity, lack of leadership, and maybe, yes, lack of commitment. And now, Dan Quinn is trying to pick up the pieces. He's trying to rebuild this line with players who, let's be real, aren't protagonists. Javon Kinlaw, Eddie Goldman, Dietrich Wise, Jacob Martin. Are they reinforcements? Yes. But are they guys who come in to be pillars? No. They're gambles. They're desperate attempts to keep the defense from sinking. Can you trust them? Do you believe that these guys, along with Payne, can rebuild a defense capable of facing A.J. Brown, C.D. Lamb, Malik Neighbors, and all the monsters this division has? Because if it doesn't work, forget it. The offense has to fight. Because the defense will be a black hole. And hold on to this, because the problem isn't just on the line. There's a problem on the field too. Marzon Lattimore has simply disappeared. 2nd week in a row without showing up for voluntary workouts. What message is he sending? Is he unhappy? Is he questioning the management? Or is he just waiting to see who will go first? And Dan Quinn? He's giving that calm speech, like someone trying to put out a fire with a leaky bucket of water. He said that everything is fine, that Lattimore has a contract, that the workouts are voluntary. But let's be honest, does anyone believe this? And look at the cherry on the cake. The Commanders will have joint workouts with the Patriots and Ravens before the preseason. But workouts don't win games. And workouts don't fix holes in the defense. So fans, wake up. It's now or never. Payne needs to prove that he's worth every cent of that contract. He needs to be a leader. He needs to be the driving force. He needs to be that guy. Because if he isn't, no one else will be. And Lattimore? Either he fixes the situation, or this locker room is already starting the year broke. And I'm going to throw it to you, right now, in your hands, without filter and without fuss. Do you believe Payne has what it takes to be the leader of this defense? Can you trust him? Can you trust these reinforcements? And what about Lattimore? Is he right not to show up? Or is he playing against him? Tell me in the comments. Now, in continuation, the update has arrived. The message is clear. The message is heavy, and no one is hiding it anymore. Washington wants the title. Now, no excuses. No beaten things about it. The trade for Deebo Samuel is not just a negotiation. It is a declaration of war. The message to the rest of the NFL is simple. We are here to fight, and we are here to fight big. You know that discredited Washington? That lived in the middle of the table, collecting disappointments and erased in NFL discussions? Forget it. That is in the past. Jaden Daniels arrived, and he arrived to change everything. He arrived to turn the key. And what did the front office do? They looked at this kid, at his potential, and said, let's arm him with the best there is. And then Deebo Samuel comes in, a guy who, when he's on, simply destroys defenses. But wait a minute. Let's be honest. Deebo is no longer the monster he was in 2021. That surreal season, with almost 1,900 total yards, is already in the rearview mirror. But does that matter? In the last 3 years, he has totaled more than 2,100 receiving yards. And do you know what that means? That even without being that Swiss Army knife running and receiving, Debo is still absurdly effective in the passing game. And now imagine who he's alongside. Terry McLaurin. Do you know how long it's been since Washington had a duo of this level? Never. It's lightning on one side, thunder on the other, and the opposing defenses can deal with it. Can Debo be this guy? Can he deliver consistency? Can you be the safe, aggressive, dominant receiver that Jaden Daniels needs to take this offense to the next level? Because if it works out, forget it. This offense is on the radar of the most dangerous in the NFL. And if it doesn't, if Debo's production drops, if he becomes dead weight in the cap, Washington throws away one of the biggest chances in recent years. There's no middle ground. It's all or nothing. A sure bet or desperate madness. Debo and McLaurin. Will they be the best wide receiver duo in the NFC? Or is this project doomed from the start? Comment now. I want to know. Pay attention to today's updates. The situation arrives. $45 million, 3 years. All of this bet on Javon Kinlaw. Are you crazy? A masterstroke or total madness? You know that Washington, who got tired of being a punching bag. Forget it. The order has changed. Now it's clear. Strong defense, heavy defense, insane defense. Coordinator Joe Witt Jr. was clear. We're going to use Kinlaw in all positions. He won't be just another guy in the middle of the trench. He's going to be the terror of opposing offenses. And for those who think it's an exaggeration, remember the Legion of Boom. That monster defense that destroyed everything and took the Seahawks to the Super Bowl. That's right. Dan Quinn wants to repeat the formula here. Kinlaw is the new Red Bryant, a monster weighing almost 150 kilograms, capable of playing inside or outside in any hole on the line. If you put a tight end to mark him, he'll swallow her. If he comes up, well, he'll rock. But hold on, because here comes the crucial point. Is Kinlaw really worth those $45 million? The 49ers didn't deliver everything they promised. The Jets were far from being the protagonist. And now he arrives in Washington with the weight of an entire defense on his back. Because look, the defense against the running game last season was a real disaster. Third worst in the league. Taking almost 5 yards per carry. Absurd. Now think about it. Kinlaw plus Darren Payne plus Johnny Newton. 3 tanks on the same front. It's a concrete wall or an optical illusion. It's going to solve it. It's going to turn this defense into an insurmountable wall, or we're going to see another $1 million failure in the Commanders. Comment now. I want to hear from you. Next, Commanders. Did you like the video? Leave a like, subscribe to the channel. It's very important that we're together. Thanks for everything, and let's go Commanders. Come on, Commanders. Get ready for the most complete news hurricane in the burgundy and gold universe. Just facts, no bullshit. Recruits, the subscribe button is waiting for you. And if this content keeps you up to date with everything, destroy that like. It helps the channel a lot. Let's start with this. Attention, Washington. The alarm is ringing, and those who don't wake up will be left behind. The last survivor. The last piece of a wall that has turned to dust. Yes, I'm talking about him. Darren Payne. The guy who carries, single-handedly, the weight of a defensive line that was once one of the most feared in the NFL. A line that instilled fear, that made quarterbacks tremble, and that today no longer exists. Chase Young? Gone. Montez Sweat? He's out. John Allen? Dismissed. Who's left? Just Payne. And the question is clear, direct, and hard. Is Payne still that guy? And look, the numbers don't lie. After that huge contract, for years, $93 million. Do you know what he delivered? Only 4 sacks per season.